I'm in St. Petersburg, the city in which I spent the first 2 decades of my life. And in 10 minutes, I'll try to show you all the things that make it the most beautiful city in Russia. Let's start. Because St. Petersburg is situated along the Neva River, all of the city's major attractions are conveniently located. And strolling along the embankment is a popular pastime for locals. Naturally, we're discussing the infrequent occasions on which the weather permits it, given that the terrible local climate is as well known as the northern capital's architectural wonders. Maybe we'll begin at the city's major palace square, where the Alexander column featuring a cross-bearing angel rises. With a total height of 47 meters, this solid granite monument is the highest in the world. The column finished assembling the Arch of the General Staff, honoring the War of 1812 triumph over Napoleon. The arch is actually a triumphal gate, incorporated into the structure that leads straight to the Winter Palace, Russia's principal imperial residence. Since there is a sizable museum exhibition inside that every St. Petersburg visitor wants to see, it is frequently referred to as the Hermitage. The Hermitage is, however, a complex that spans 6 buildings along the Neva River. It's funny how many cats have lived in the Winter Palace since the Empress's reign, keeping rodents out. There are precisely 50 tailed employees working in this capacity right now. The 2 primary emblems of the city are visible directly from Palace Square. To my left, the towering St. Isaac's Cathedral is visible, while to my right, the Admiralty spire is visible. And this is the Admiralty itself, which was first constructed as a shipyard, but now houses the Russian Navy commander's headquarters, and the Maritime Museum, following a number of renovations. When the sun occasionally peeks through the clouds, its spire culminates in the well-known gilded ship's weather vane, glistening brilliantly in the sunlight. From the Neva side, as well as by strolling through a little park, including a winter-stopping fountain, you may get a close-up view of the Admiralty. My favorite, previously mentioned St. Isaac's Cathedral, is only a short distance away. It is a magnificent 100-meter-tall structure, the dome of which can be viewed from various locations throughout the city. Something akin to Paris's Eiffel Tower. The cathedral's construction required enormous labor and financial outlays due to the challenging terrain. The cathedral was decorated with about 400 kilograms of pure gold during the course of the building, which took precisely 40 years. Remarkably, you can not only explore the cathedral for a nominal charge, but you can also ascend to the colonnade to relish breathtaking sweeping views of St. Petersburg, the greatest viewpoint in the whole city. The Bronze Horseman Monument honors the first Russian ruler and the city founder, Peter the Great, and it's located practically on the riverbank near the cathedral. As you can see, St. Petersburg experiences wildly fluctuating weather. In a matter of minutes, the often gloomy sky gave way to a brilliant sun that shone on the ornate domes, spires, and facades. However, the light quickly disappeared, making way for snow and blizzards. I'm not one of those guys who likes to lie in the snow and watch snowflakes. In order to save my camera from being destroyed and to shake off the snow, I hurried to the closest well yard, where I found a cafe that served only one type of dessert. If the word donut suddenly occurs to you, put it out of your mind. We call it pyshka. Pyshka from St. Petersburg is a distinct dessert that is only ever eaten hot, right out of the skillet, and is always dusted with powdered sugar. We had a snack, and then head back to the embankment to try and make out the Peter and Paul Fortress, the building that served as St. Petersburg's inspiration through the snow. Currently, it's a massive museum complex that houses the boathouse, the storage of a ship that Peter the Great personally built, and a historic mint. In addition, you can explore the casemates that formerly housed political prisoners. Every day, at precisely 12 o'clock, St. Petersburg observes a unique custom that dates back more than 60 years – a cannon discharge. From here you can see the Kunstkamera, which is the oldest museum in Russia, devoted to showcasing the diversity of cultures and peoples, but is more widely recognized for its macabre and alcohol-preserved specimen. Here also exist the rostral columns, which were formerly lighthouses. The bows of vanquished ships and statues representing the Neva, Volkhov, Volga, and Dnieper rivers adorn them. The fire is only kindled these days on significant holidays. Of course, the palace bridge is directly in front of us. During the active navigation time, it is drawn every day, or rather nightly, from April to November. It's common to refer to St. Petersburg as the city of bridges, and many of them are architectural masterpieces. This is the location of the griffin-adorned Bankovsky Bridge, the Lion Bridge, and the well-known Anichkov Bridge, which features 4 statues of horse. It takes a few minutes to cross the street to the opposite side. Therefore, the bridge can be examined by every pedestrian. It's finally time to go to Nevsky Prospect, St. Petersburg's major thoroughfare, from which you can view the Admiralty spire from a distance of several kilometers. The avenue is decorated a few weeks prior to New Year's Eve, and by night time, everything is illuminated with numerous lanterns and vibrant lights. After crossing another river where the oldest residences in St. Petersburg are located, we arrive at the Kazan Cathedral, whose opulent colonnade creates a vast semicircle that faces Nevsky Prospect. At the moment, it serves as the city's primary Orthodox church in operation. Despite its simple color scheme, the Kazan Cathedral leaves a lasting effect on everyone in its vicinity because of its size. The Savior on Blood is the name of another cathedral that is located just over the canal. It embodies the distinct Russian architectural style and is characterized by a profusion of vivid colors and numerous saint representations on the facade. I'm not really fond of the nine-domed cathedral because it resembles the big temple on Red Square in Moscow quite a bit. It is never-endingly restored. Therefore, it's rarely possible to witness the Savior on Blood in all of its glory. The architecture of the houses in the center of St. Petersburg is so distinctive that discussions about it could go on forever. To end this review on a light-hearted note, let me say that we are standing in front of the recently renovated windows of the Yeliseevsky store, an iconic Russian eatery known for its stylish interiors and outrageously high prices for everything from Russian vodka and French pastries to antique sets and memento matryoshka dolls. A self-playing grand piano is one of the marvels that await us inside. Along with moving figures. You can visit the restaurant and sip on a cup of coffee while listening to this live performance. Surprisingly, you will have to eat in front of the tour groups who frequent the trade house. I take my final stroll along the illuminated Nevsky Prospect and descend into the world's deepest and the most exquisite subway system located in St. Petersburg. And I'm heading back home. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.